Today, we're crossing over 1 million blocks along 2B2T's Western Highway, exploring monuments, hunting players, uncovering hidden bases, and plenty more. Stay tuned. 2B2T is one of the oldest Minecraft servers, and the map, it's been through 15 years of damage. The spawn, it's just a giant obsidian wasteland now. In this video, we're going full -X mode, traveling over 1 million blocks on the Western Highway. Since 2B2T is an anarchy server, there are no rules. Players here can feel free to hack, grief. Just look at me, I'm here at 2k blocks from spawn and found a couple shulkers which I will obviously steal for my benefit. For the first 6,000 blocks on the highway, there wasn't much. Just the usual lavacasts and pure destruction, until we found this. We found this massive Gothic cathedral. Gothic cathedrals began in the 12th century France and spread across Europe. They're truly eye-catching structures. We've crossed the 10k mark, and it's clear players love to leave their names, sometimes built in obsidian, other times carved into a frozen lake. Obsidian is one of the strongest materials in Minecraft, which is why players use it to build the highways, protecting them from being destroyed by TNT attacks from other players. We're now 25,000 blocks along the highway, and we've just stumbled upon what appears to be the ruins of a magnificent Aztec city. The ruins on this one are starting to look worn. On 2B2T, players often place leaves on structures so they decay over time. This one hasn't been fully grieved, but you can tell it's seen better days. Just a couple of thousand blocks behind, we found another city. This one seems to have been built by the same group. This one is much larger, but also far more destroyed than the previous city we just found at 25k. It's filled with a variety of structures, blending inspiration from different cultures, and as I pass through, a few withers are actively tearing it apart. Eventually I came across a massive grass pyramid. I climbed the stairs all the way to the top and saw a huge lavacast nearby. Out of curiosity, I opened my minimap, and what looked like a random pile of rocks from the ground turned out to be a large statue. The figure of a woman lying on the ground. It was surprisingly well made. Hope this helps. Helps how? So that was the 27k city, a truly unexpected discovery. I'd give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. I took a small detour from the highway and found a simple shelter. Inside the furnaces, I discovered golden apples left by a player named Look at Minecraft over 6 months ago. Just a couple thousand blocks later, I decided to leave one of the golden apples behind, placing it in an item frame as a small mark of my passage. Then I continued on back to the highway. From there I traveled another 10,000 blocks, but there wasn't much to see, just emptiness, silence, nothing truly stood out, all the way until the 50k mark. We came across an enormous lavacast, and right next to it, a modest town made entirely of stone. Just half a kilometer ahead, we stumbled across a player named Cute Shino. He gave me bad vibes, so I low-key decided to kill him. And that was that. At 53k we came across a cascade that, according to the builder, would look best with shaders. We found a sugarcane farm, perfect for crafting rockets. After a 30-minute break off screen, I once again run into Cute Shino. But I was fumbling my shots. Eventually I gave up on killing him. Low-key, I started to respect his hustle. So I gave him a couple gaps, totem, and then I went on my way. At 80k we found a giant obsidian Jesus. After that, total nothing burger. But then came 100k, a clean milestone. Later on we found a cactus farm at 123k. We continued the journey, and at 132k we came across a massive stone pyramid. It was slightly grief in the center, but overall still stood strong. We moved on, and just 1,000 blocks later, at 133k, we found this. A large plain. And just ahead, what seems to be two massive skyscrapers. The whole scene was surrealistic, to say the least. So we decided to board the plane. We got inside through the captain's cabin. Inside the plane there were seats arranged just like in a real-life aircraft. On some of them you could see signs left by other players as if they had claimed their spot for the trip. It was surprisingly wholesome, I love that detail, and based on the old designs, it seems this plane might date back as far as 2021 actually. I'll let you guys decide the grade for this milestone in the comments below. At 150k we found a simple square-shaped Nether portal. There wasn't much to see until 169k, where we came across a group of Nether portals, all clustered together in a strangely intentional way. Just 1,000 blocks later we came across a giant obsidian sphere. Inside there was a smaller one held up by pillars, all forming a circular pattern at the base. Then we crossed the 250,000 block mark and eventually reached 300,000 blocks. There we found an enormous Melon tower, or better said, a monolithic structure. It was hollowed out deep inside with a huge hole. For the next 100,000 blocks there wasn't much to see, pretty much the same at 500,000, 500k. It wasn't until we reached 600k that things started to change. We stumbled across this massive lavacast, the biggest one we've seen so far on the journey. I'll just let you guys appreciate it. There were some interesting symbols inside too, but I'll have to blur those out, wouldn't want YouTube to cancel me. At 700k, massive obsidian letters floating in the sky lit up with fire. Pretty impressive design, I really like the font they used, but the journey must go on. Next up, at 750k, we found this small town right next to the highway. It was pretty well made, had some crops and showed signs of many visitors. It seems this town dates back to at least 2022, so it's been holding strong over the 3 years. Then at 786k, we found what seems to be another small Aztec city, nestled inside a bamboo jungle, which even had what I'd call a sanctuary at the entrance, decorated with gold. I'll rate this one an 8.2 out of 10. Then we reach 800k, also known as 100k in the Nether, since one block there equals 8 in the overworld. At 830k we came across a Parthenon-like structure. It was in ruins, just like the one in real life. At 900k there wasn't much, but at 913k we found a Melon base, and at 928k something unexpected appeared. Just around the corner from the Melon blocks, this base at 928k appeared. It was huge, one of the largest and most detailed we've seen so far. and surprisingly also one of the least grieved. The base is called Atlactis. It had both a large ground section and a sky base, which, whilst slightly damaged, was still very much recognizable, with elytras exploring it was smooth and effortless. It also has an iron farm which works by spawning iron golems through nearby villagers and bats. Once the golems appear, they fall into a lava cascade, where they're burned, dropping iron ingots. The items are collected through hoppers, passed into a dropper and launched by a dispenser. A water stream carries the items all the way up into a chest for easy storage. A clean, efficient system, and pretty satisfying to watch in action. Overall, this one has been one of the best bases we've seen so far. I'll give it a 9.3 out of 10. We were getting closer and closer. Just 9,000 blocks away from the million, players have started leaving signs, little messages on a quay. Almost there, boys, and finally, it happened. One million blocks. After hours of exploring, we finally reached the end of the Western Highway. There was a monument, all obsidian, a bit grief, but still standing. Signs left by players show they've made it too. So certainly, the West has not fallen, at least yet.